What's goody up, boys? What's good, man? I ain't gonna lie. We gotta hear what Coach Billy talking about. Hopefully they let me upload their goddamn shit. But I'm trying to see what Coach Billy talking about. It says Slater grilled over Queensland's alleged lack of loyalty, the death of QLD's spirit. I ain't gonna lie. If you ask me, I see somebody in the comments agree. I guess y'all, most of the QLD boys agree, man. I ain't gonna lie. I know Dally Terry Evans is crazy. I feel like that's crazy. I mean, I ain't Coach Billy. I'm not on the field. I ain't never played rugby league in my life. You feel me? But I feel like no Dally Terry Evans, that boy's a baller. You feel me? I don't know who else could have got scooped up, got dropped, and all that. I'm not too, you feel me, familiar that too knowledgeable on that shit. But word to bro, no Dally not running a 7. I feel like that's crazy. Let's see what Coach talking about. It says Slater grilled over Queensland's alleged lack of loyalty. Yeah, I already read that shit. Let me quit yapping. Let's see what Coach talking about. My bad. Nigga gotta see what Coach talking about. The origin, 8 days away? QLDs need one. I ain't gonna lie. You can never underestimate a squad, especially in games like this. You know what I'm saying? When they really playing for some shit, but it's not looking too smooth, bro. Come on. Let's get to it. Why I can't hear shit, nigga? Why I can't hear shit, nigga? That shit not plugged up. Shit not plugged up. Now I can hear some shit. Let's get to it. Come on. Shout out y'all boys, man. Shout out Rugby League. See what Coach Billy talking about. Who this nigga right here? I forgot this nigga name. That Crunk, that ain't cool. What's that nigga name?
Ways, I'll get straight to it.
Let's get to it, though.
Thanks, mate, for joining us. We really appreciate it. As
Billy, that nigga do look like a kid. Let me move motherfucking shit. Babyface Billy.
Tough decision for you to drop DCE, and can you talk us through how that come about?
Let me hear what he say. And a scoop of Mr. Ezra, I think that's how you say his name. I don't think Dog deserved to be playing either. We're just gonna keep it a bean.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Braith. Obviously, really tough decision, to be honest. Probably the toughest phone call that I've had to make since I've been the coach of this Queensland State of Origin team, and it was made.
The captain dropped. The captain been who coming out with the. You feel me? That's crazy.
I believe it's the best thing for the team.
Wow.
After every Origin game,
best thing for the team.
You look at the the selections of every player and who deserves the position the most.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm ready for game 2. Cookies. The attack wasn't attacking. I don't know if you could blame that all on Mr. Dally Terry Evans, but last game I will say the attack was very lackluster.
Cameron being captain, it's a big honour to be captain.
I rock with Munster though. Munster dog. He a baller.
There was actually no words. Yeah, it was quite a.
He like, where my nigga Dally at?
That I'll remember actually, Gordy. It was last night about 9 o'clock, 9:30. I was just sitting in my room and made the decision and sent him a text and told him to come up and have a chat. We spoke a little bit about footy, and then I just said to him that I want him to
Cam ready for the moment though. He a little baller, man. He a dog.
Yeah, he got a little bit.
He got that dog in him.
I know how much this team means to him. I know how much
he
this
ready
state
for
means
it.
to him, and I know how much.
That nigga look completely different though when he not playing. He look like he playing. He look a little more rough, dirty. He throw the hat on. He look like a little cool nigga.
The position
Shout out my nigga
Cam. To him, so
that nigga look completely
thing
different.
About great leaders, Gordy,
I feel like when he
playing
today,
is they get their job done. They're
probably the
consistent.
mustache though. Let me quit yapping. My bad.
To him, so the thing about great leaders, Gordy, and you were one of them, is they get their job done.
Yes, sir.
They're consistent in their position. And they make
Damn,
sure
he trying to say my nigga Dally wasn't getting the job done. He trying to say Brody wasn't getting the job done.
They get their job done. They're consistent in their position, and they make sure that number on their back is taken care of before anything else.
Billy, Paul Crawley here. I say this respectfully, mate, but Origin creates a lot of debate and a lot of, interstate rivalry, and the talk down here today is around the Queensland pick and stick mentality and how you threw that out the door with Daly. Do you look back on the decision? Do you regret not picking Tom first up for game 1?
Tommy boy, Tommy Turbo has to play. It's a few
Do some
people who
samurai
got to
energy.
play. If you
My
ask me,
collaboration
man, Turbo got to suit up, man. What we talking about? Turbo got to suit
That's
up.
Tom first up for game one.
Especially with Dal out there, he got to suit up. It's just chemistry, man. Look at all them Penrith boys. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some chemistry out there. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. I don't know shit.
And no, I don't.
Talk
I
your
felt
shit,
Daly
coach.
deserved that opportunity in game one, and now I feel Tom Dearden really has earned this opportunity to play in the 7 jersey. So
You talking about Dearden?
I'm
talking about Turbo. See, I feel like, see, that's the problem with. I feel like that's what kind of we do at American sports. When the nigga got a name and he legendary, they probably do it out there too. You instantly feel like he got to get these certain accolades. I feel like a nigga like Turbo, he got to be origin every game 1 through 3. We picking Turbo because he's that guy. You know, he just that guy. He's just a legend. He might be a little injury hurt though. Knee still might be hurt, some shit. That's the thing about them niggas. They get older. They ain't the same nigga. But I rock with Dearden though. I ain't gonna lie. Look, Dearden is a baller. I ain't seen too much on that nigga, but them highlights I did see, a few in the Cowboys, that nigga's a baller. That nigga fast as hell. He be getting out of there.
That we've made and that we've come up with.
Getting out of there.
We do believe it's the best thing for the team.
I don't know how to be setting niggas up though.
You know, Alan Langer played his last Origin game for Queensland at some stage. Cameron Smith did.
I be playing
Gordon
flag
Tallis
rugby
did.
league.
I did. Everyone has their time, and
Get off me.
we just feel it's Tom Dearden's time now. You know, Kurt Capewell's back in the
I
team
feel it.
now. He didn't play in the last game, so
Turning of the page.
You know,
I feel it, coach.
It's just about thinking about what is best for the footy team, and sometimes those decisions are tough ones.
Billy, it's Dean Ritchie. I wrote this morning on the back page that Queensland's once famous pick and stick is now pick and flick. Am I on the money, Billy, or am I a gibberer?
Oh, sorry, Dean. I didn't get to read your article today.
I don't get it. Fuck. Let me chill
Oh,
out.
sorry, Dean. I didn't get to read your article today, so I apologise for that. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, the one thing I do understand is that everyone has their opinion, and I do sit in your chairs for most of the year, and it's very easy sitting in those chairs. So,
word. We say I'm out here coaching,
decision
man.
that matters.
What you
about,
talking
Billy,
about?
the decision to keep with Kalen at fullback and
Pong's
was there
that
a
guy, man.
consideration after
Baller.
Reece Walsh's return the other night to maybe bring him in for this game?
No Reece.
Yeah, there was no one more proud to see Reece Walsh get back on the field and play the way he did on the weekend, Paul, than me. So,
See, you can't go scoop a nigga like Ponga for the starter and then you want Reece to be a backup. You feel me? What if I wanted to go do that? I can't go do that. You feel me?
Reece, I love him as a person.
I go do that.
A lot of time for him because he has a lot of time for his game.
Because you throw a nigga like Reece in there with fresh legs off the bench, or a nigga like Ponga, you know what I'm saying? Put him in there second half, fresh legs. Shoot, they gonna tear the game up. They'll tear the game up.
But no, we're very, very confident in Kalen. You know, we thought he did some great things in game
Come
one.
on,
We didn't get a whole heap right in game one as a team, and that's really important for us to go after that for game two. There's been a fair bit of honesty.
I can't wait to
around
see the
first
attack,
30
man. I
hours
want to see how they
of
attack him.
camp in this game too.
Like,
so,
QRD's got something to prove,
yeah,
game two.
We want to get those things right.
They
so
playing
we
with
can
a lot.
unlock
They
some
a
of
lot
what
of pride.
Kalen brings to the
Game
team and
two.
some of the other strengths of the players.
Billy, talking about unlocking someone, Harry Grant, he was a little bit disappointing in game one. Was there any temptation to start him from the bench? Because we have a fair bit of success when he does.
Yeah, look, there's always consideration of everything, Gordy, and there's a lot of conversations that happen throughout the week after an Origin. But Harry's a quality player, and to be fair, I think Harry would be the first one to put his hand up and say that he was below his own standard in game one. So, certainly have great faith in.
I can't wait for game two. I'm watching these highlights.
He'll be wearing the 9
Shit gonna be
jersey, that's
round
for
ready
sure.
for that bitch.
Billy, I ask this respectfully, given what you've achieved in the game, but 3 straight losses. Are you personally feeling any additional pressure?
I always fear when you say I ask this respectfully.
Respectfully.
To start your question.
Respectfully. Yeah, respectful.
It's a really good question, and you know what's the opposite to pressure? The opposite to pressure to me is comfort, and when you're in your comfort zone, there's no growth. You know, so
Facts,
I feel pressure is a privilege. I felt pressure when I first took this role on, and there's still pressure now.
As a real nigga, I ain't gonna lie, I won't be surprised if the QLDs go out here, get a win. You know what I'm saying? Great storyline, make it interesting. You know, you can't never doubt the teams, you know what I'm saying, that you want to doubt, but as a real nigga on the other side too, I won't be surprised them niggas get killed 30-10, you feel me? It's a great day to be in New South Wales, you feel me? Where the
it means a lot to us. It means a lot to the players, and it means a lot to the people of Queensland. So with that comes pressure, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the position I'm in. I'm here for the right reasons. I'm here to help this group of players perform for a game of footy, and that's where my focus is.
Of who you are.
I love your mindset. I love your attitude, Billy. It's always a pleasure having you on the show. Good luck for game 2.
Shout out Billy, man. Man, shout out QLDs, man. Shout out Queensland, man. Good luck to y'all niggas, man.
There he is, the great Billy Slater. He does have a big challenge for game 2, but if anyone can do it, it's him.
Pick and flick.
That's a great question, bro.
They trying to do my nigga Billy, man.
Like, it's sort of strange. You know what I mean? Like I'm not, because it's out of your control. I think as a player, like, you probably get nervous and it's in your grasp and you can change the result. And Billy's making decisions and we don't know whether they're right. But I feel like we're under the pump. I feel like you guys are coming together.
From beast too, Gordy. You only lose 2 or 3 games in Origin.
Yeah.
It's not an NRL coach where you got an entire season. Yeah. You lose 2-3 games. Yeah. You are under the pump.
Because I saw it with Freddie, right? And he's one of the coolest guys I've played with. And I reckon it's the privilege that the whole state cares so much that they want to know who's in and out and what's happening and why we losing. It's such a great. It's a great job to have, but there is a lot of pressure.
I always thought, as a player and looking at my coaches over my career, the best coaches were the ones that handled loss better than they handled wins. You know, it's quite easy for players and coaches in elite sport to handle wins.
Who that?
You know?
Cameron Smith?
Oh,
what's it like? I'm like, who is this nigga, man? I don't know this nigga, and I don't know this nigga. I ain't never seen that name in my life.
Yeah, I think the greats
Shout out
like
to that nigga.
Wayne and Bellyache and those guys, they respond to losses just as well as they respond to wins. They know how to handle loss. They know how to move on the next week and reset. Because this is his biggest challenge. Billy is a winner. He's not used to losing in every aspect of his life, on and off the field. So this would be a bit of a shock to him. And the heat is on. You can't deny that.
I think on the flip side of that, though, Laurie Daly, coming back from his previous stint as the New South Wales coach and the courage that he has shown to want to take on this job again and get it done. Like, I think it speaks of the fiery competitor in him.
People don't realise, like, we've watched Kevy Walters, we've watched Laurie, we've watched Brandy, we've watched guys that have been in Origin, they've played it, but when they walk back in after a series, it looks like sometimes they look.
Is Billy like I don't know how to say it. Is he like the best hope for Queensland in the coaching job, or like could they go pick some old nigga, you know what I'm saying? Great coach, go do it. Or is it like Queensland been struggling for some years? See, I don't even know. See, I don't be tuned in the Queensland like been struggling for the years. It's like, fuck, Billy came in, needed a nigga to change the fucking culture for the Origin game, and they needed Billy, and then, you know, he's still struggling to do it. You know what I'm saying?
It's strained everything out of him.
All right, DCE, let's discuss this.
I feel like Billy young. In my trip, like, to be coaching, he young. Like, you know what I'm saying? Coaches ain't usually young.
About the last couple of
I
weeks,
feel like
there
he a young coach.
Rumours Brent Reid broke it, I think, last Saturday, didn't he? That DCE looked like he was going to be dropped.
And he's not a rugby league coach, is he? He's not a league coach, so.
Or don't we?
I think he had to do it, and that's why I did ask him.
My bad.
Rumours Brent Reid broke it, I think, last Saturday, didn't he? That DCE looked like he was going to be dropped. Do we agree with it, or don't we?
I think he had to do it, and that's why I did ask him respectfully, would he look back on this series and wish that he would have gone with Tom Dearden first up? Because you said it the other night, Gordon, they did come into this series on the back of 2 losses. What they were doing wasn't working. I think most people, when you watched Origin 1, the first real angle that came out of that story was DCE under fire. And then Billy sat down on the Sunday Footy Show that week. He'd had 4 days to think about it, and he still didn't give a clear answer. And I thought to myself, if he was going to back his captain here, he would have come out and said it. He would have said, how dare you accuse him? He's our leader. He's our captain. We're taking him in. I think we knew at that moment he was gone.
We said it on the show. Like, I asked Gordy. I said, if he loses and it's a convincing loss in game one, will it be the last time we see him in a maroon jersey? And it pretty much is.
You know, the first word that came to mind, though, when he dropped him was panic.
Why?
Pray for my nigga Dally Cherry, man.
Before game one, Gordy. That doesn't mean you're going to be there for all 3 games. I get that.
But
let me finish.
Yeah, but then that's the loyalty part that we don't have.
I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying to you, if you pick your captain, he's your leader, he's your mentor, he's your playmaker, he's your kicker, you have made your bed for the series in my eyes. But if you decide then to pick him for 1 game, boot him to the gutter, I think that smacks of...
On the contrary...
That smacks of panic.
I think it smacks of leadership. I think everyone realised watching that game it was the tough decision that had to be made. He would have been sidestepping the issue to go forward. I think
that's how Queensland feel. Y'all feel like y'all niggas had to get rid of Mr. Daly. That guy, I feel like he's that guy.
It's got annihilated.
He just can't come out and say
that
guy. They got annihilated. He just spoke then too.
And it's hard to say because from what my knowledge on the sport and my memory, and you know what I'm saying, my knowledge, that's the most important thing I gotta say because I don't know too much. The offense was lackluster. I will say that. The Queensland's offense, the attack, it wasn't up to par. It was not as good as it wasn't a winning attack. That's what I will say. And for him to be in that 7, the man, playing point guard, setting up his players, he got to take a lot of that blame. That's fact.
About the honest conversations in the last 20 hours or whatever. And that's what they need to do, yeah. Gordon. I asked you this too about your pack. How do they turn around what had happened the other day? And I know you can't go out and put on the bit anymore, but they've got to do something different.
Physical.
To rattle and upset the New South Wales.
Physical. Make it dirty. You can't play a clean game. When you're not as good as the other team, you gotta make it dirty. Get the hidden niggas, you might throw a few niggas in the bin. Hey, fuck it. As long as that nigga took that shot and he don't want to, fuck it. And you gotta get dirty.
Yeah, well, they can't miss the start. It was probably a glorified club game with the intensity that we went out, especially on our home turf. I think Tino,
you gotta get dirty.
Has to work really hard. We got to get it. We got to get under their grip. And
yes,
it's
sir.
Not being rough, and it's just actually.
But it almost is
line
when you think back to
the
Queensland rivalry.
Controlled aggression. We've always had small packs, right? And we've gone out there and done the job. Against
some
bigger
energy, some effort,
and much fancied sides, and that's what this side has
to do.
Saying,
play like you want to win, like he said, like they say, like y'all was saying too. Glorified club game, like on God for a nigga ain't never really watched Origin before. On God, them niggas wasn't playing with the energy that they niggas supposed to be out there hitting, man. What nigga, you ain't down yet. I ain't hear no ref whistle yet and none of that shit. I'm hitting you, nigga. You feel me? I get the ball, come here, nigga. I'm running through you, nigga. Like I'm bullying niggas like my nigga Creighton. Come here, little nigga. I'm taking you out of bounds, nigga.
Performance. We need them.
My bad. I need that. My bad.
Do you think the Queensland
you feel me though?
Enough hard heads, and I mean real ruffians.
Yeah, you got to be like that.
The state of Origin.
Come on.
Yes. Because in Origin 1, they
fucking crazy, man. Gotta be a fucking crazy bloke. Spencer Lanier bloke, you know?
Which looked harder, and they look like a representative side.
Yeah, no. And as I said, we're up against it. New South Wales are in their prime at the moment. They've got a really good footy side. It doesn't mean that we can't compete with them. It doesn't mean that the 17 guys, I really like our bench. I think we didn't have anything coming off the bench. So when we couldn't go with you, we had nothing coming off the bench. I just looked at the makeup of our side. It's a better mix, and we got to go with you from the start.
Hey, man, shout out to them niggas, man. Shout out to them niggas, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know too much about the sport, bro. But like I say, from what I do know, nigga, I just say nigga gotta they gotta come out there and play hard, man, play physical, but set the tone. Like you say, you gonna call somebody public enemy number 1, kick that nigga the ball and then rock that nigga. You feel me? Make that nigga never want to touch the ball again. Like, oh, Spencer, say he done for the day. You feel me? Put that nigga to sleep. You feel me? I'ma just keep it at busy. Keep that nigga out of there. Really get the hidden shit. get the going bit, taking risks, throwing bombs up the coats all day, getting Hammer in the middle, getting loose, Hammer and Ponga. That should be that duo right there. That should be enough said, nigga. Hammer, Ponga, Munster. That's tough right there in that middle, man. That middle should be, y'all should go crazy out there. Shout out, fuck bro, Ezra, but dog a little playmaker. Him in that middle with them boys, man. Hey, it ain't over for Queensland. I ain't never not see the way for them to win. It's for sure a way for them to win. They just gotta do it, man. They just gotta do it. That's why I say physical. When you're not the best team, but you know you can go out there and play, I'm gonna be more mean to you today. Like he say, rough head, hard heads, whatever the fuck term that nigga use, man. Shout out to y'all boys though, man. Love y'all boys, man. I don't know if they gonna let me upload this shit. If they not, I might just upload it on the other rugby channel I got, cause the niggas still do got that bitch. But love y'all boys, gang. Chase your dreams, man. The grind don't never stop. Like they say, I might bleed a little bit of blue. I don't know.